All don't get um, a video for several months, and then suddenly you get two in one day. So I know it's like 3 in the morning as I record this, but I was talking to a friend of mine, and a story from yesterday kind of came up, and I probably shouldn't be talking about any of these people or any of this event because it's been so soon, and this kind of affects my current life. But it was the open house for admitted students at my program in my school. Um, and I was hosting an event. And at that event, it was pretty cool, pretty chill. It was sort of meant to be like a break from some of the more serious info sessions that people were a part of. And just as the event ends, I'm sort of like approached by a number of admitted students who had like a pretty cool, chill questions, but a lot of them clocked me as gay, and so directed like all of these like LGBT questions to me, which was great because like that's kind of what I wanted to happen, honestly. And just one of the students. Okay, to set the stage, right? So I live in North Carolina, and if you live in the U.S. or have been following U.S. political news of the last couple of years, you will know that like North Carolina has kind of been really fucked up towards LGBT people, specifically trans people, on like a legislative level, and um, and yeah, so it's been really really rough, and that's been a concern, and like major corporations have pulled out of the state, and it's like affected the economy here, and it's been really dramatic, but. Um, yeah, so a lot of people have questions about that, but one person kind of came up to me and was just like, "Yeah, so I don't like I don't know if you're the right person to ask, so I'm sorry if I'm wrong, and if I am, please direct me to someone else who can help me. But I feel like I could tell, like I could tell that I think that you're gay, and um, I guess I guess I just have this question where like." I know you can't tell that I'm gay, but I actually am. And it was like said in this very like lengthy, convoluted way, like essentially him just like just taking a lot of time to let me know that he knows that I wouldn't perceive him as gay because like there's no way to tell. And like one, like that was real presumptuous and like maybe not entirely true, and two, it was just really messy. So I tried to like kind of hold back my feelings because I knew he had like some kind of genuine question coming up, and he did, and he was talking about his partner, um who lives in another state, and sort of like living arrangements and what it's like sort of living here with a partner who's like of the same sex, and like how does that sort of thing work out. He also like wasn't from the United States as well, so like that was kind of an issue. um and I was really glad that those like rather legitimate statements and questions kind of came up, but like I was also just like really fucking annoyed that he that he was just like there were like a couple points in that conversation where he's just like, yeah, most people think I'm straight, but I'm actually not. And it's like, wow, girl, like am I supposed to be surprised, sis? And like if we were in a bar or a club and someone came to me like that, like bitch, bye. But because I was acting in an official capacity, I tried to keep it together. And so I guess I can pose a question to y'all, where how do you all feel about being like not this is separate from the sort of like bullshit like farce of like being straight acting or being straight passing and like versus being gay or whatever. This is completely separate from that. I How do you feel about like actually being clocked as queer or clocked as gay or clocked as whatever, um and sort of people acting on that and people sort of treating you a specific way or talking to you a specific way because of that. Me personally, I because in a lot of instances, and a lot of the places that I find myself in these days, it's not a matter of personal safety. Usually, so I usually don't mind if people clock me as queer or clock me as gay. There was a recent New York trip that I went on with Sean, YouTuber Sean Not Fiction, and another friend Andrew, and we were clocked as queer. Um, a number of times, and that was just kind of like weird and unexpected, especially in New York. And like people like we were clocked as queer, and then like people like verbally said stuff or like verbally bashed us or harassed us, and like that was just like not that cool. But in my daily life, like I'm typically okay with people recognizing that I'm gay. I actually just kind of go through life assuming everyone does. And I'm pretty sure everyone picks up on that sort of thing very quickly. And it's not, it's not 2006 anymore, so I don't have to like talk away, like this whole thing about stereotypes. Like, I think it's fair and it's okay to recognize that there are certain ways that certain types of queer people can signal their queerness without actually saying, like, this is my identity. And I think there are bodies of ways of being, bodies of culture, ways of speaking, whatever, that sort of contribute to this that I think is beautiful in a lot of ways and interesting and worth acknowledging. Um, so yeah, I don't want to get too fake deep because it's like 3 in the morning. But like, how do y'all feel about being clocked as gay or like queer? Be it by other gay people or whoever, or straight people or cis people. Because for me, it usually works out to my benefit, and it just makes a lot of interactions easier and kind of weeds people out much easier. Um, but yeah, but obviously that's not the case 100% of the time, and sometimes there is safety, and sometimes there is. My video cut out at that last one, so that's it. Good night. Take it easy.